Hey Photo World, take and talk pics. I'm Rob Kruger and this is episode 54. So before we get started today, Photo World, I wanted to remind everybody that I'm going to be doing the first ever takeandtalkpics.com webinar, and I need you to go to takeandtalkpics.com. Go ahead there, sign up. There's a webinar tab now. You can get in there. It's only listing the first one because that's where we're at right now. You're going to click on the big webinar button, and you'll be presented with a page to sign up for it. So when you sign up, you'll get an email back to you telling you when, where, how to get involved with this and tune into the webinar. I really welcome you there. We got a lot of people signed up so far, so I'm really looking forward to seeing the huge group that's going to get together and hang out and throw out some questions and just communicate and get a live interaction back and forth here with me. And I'm really looking forward to it. I don't really want to give away all the details. I'd rather you see it for yourself so you have it in writing and get it in an email back to you. But again, takeandtalkpics.com, go to the webinar tab, and it's right there, all the information for you. Today on takeandtalkpics.com, well, it is July 31st, all right? So we are one day away from starting off our August month here, and I told you last week on Friday that we're going to be changing it a little bit, and Fridays are going to no longer host an interview. They will be a completely separate piece to the show, just like I did for starting in July, having the Monday message pop up on Mondays rather than having 3 days a week of interviews. And the feedback I was getting from the listening photo world out there, the community at large, telling me, hey, this Monday message thing is the right idea, and getting a little bit more information, some dedicated, right-on information, instead of just the repetition of the questions with another photographer. I know you still love the interviews and enjoy the process and learning their journey, their story, and seeing how relatable it is and understanding, hey, I'm not alone in this world of photography and trying to make a business out of it because, oh my goodness, there are ups and downs, and it's nice to see that these other photographers, the other people who are making it in their industry, they're still human. You know, they're still making it with the successes and the failures that we all kind of face and learning through it. So I love the interviews. Don't get me wrong. They're actually probably my most favorite part about Take and Talk Pics, and it was the inspiration for the podcast to exist at all. It's just time to grow, and you can't make any of that growth unless you're willing to change. If you just stay the same and keep that repetition of your business and the same practices, the way you answer a phone call, the way you send out an email, the way you conduct an interview with or a meeting with clients, if everything stays the same, then how can your business grow? You know, if your success rate for your client interaction to actually booking a job isn't great, then I think it's because you need to alter a few steps along the way. Now, I recently came into something like this myself, and it's just been a huge 180, totally turned everything around. I really swapped out a few little strategies on what I was using for wedding client meetings, and it's changed completely. And I would like to share that with you, Photo World, but today is not the day for it. Today is more of an announcement. I want to get out there and kind of tell you the big changes for Take and Talk Pics, the reason Fridays are going to drop the interview and become something else. I've been getting a lot of emails, a lot of social media coming at me saying, when can we go over the basics? It seems I have a lot of followers who are newer photographers or hobbyists, enthusiasts, or even the intermediate level that wants to go to that next step to make it as a pro. And they want to know the reminders of getting the basics down. One step at a time. I'm seriously talking about walking you through shutter speed, walking you through Aperture and I.S.O, and, you know, just taking each segment of exposure and then turning it into what can we do with white balance and what are the different lighting situations, and just walking us through as if this were a course that you'd take in a college. As you know, I teach in a college. I teach introductory classes and I teach wedding photography, and I really enjoy the teaching. It's been my inspiration and the backing and my passion here for doing Take and Talk Pics. I want to give the information that I have. I want to be the gateway for information from other photographers out to you, Photo World. And I hope you're enjoying it that way, but I've been getting those hobbyists and those intro photographers really looking for it. But I thought, will that kind of butcher the show? Will it hurt it a little bit and kind of turn off the pros that are listening in? And my thought is, no, it won't. Because as a professional photographer, when I had to go and format my classes to start teaching intro photography, I was really reminded of those basics that just seemed like second nature to me. But just walking through my students on each thing, it kind of helped me remind and understand that I got to take the time a little bit more. And in the year I've been teaching so far, I know that for a fact that my weddings have changed because I am taking a different perspective and a different idea of how to look at making pictures when I go to each new job. And by doing so, I'm creating much better work than I've ever made before. Probably like most of you out there, I still need to update my website from 2 years ago of what I'm showing now, but that's not the point. The point is I'm actually creating it and it's happening. So when I do update, I'm going to be catering to the clientele I actually would like to acquire. And that's the process. That's the growth. That's the change. That's how we do it as photographers, moving one step into the next. And we have to. Because like I said, if we stay the same, we're stuck. That plateau is no good. At the end of it is just a cliff. You know, you got to find that staircase and work your way up to the next segment of whatever it is in your business, whatever it is in your pictures, whatever it is in your photography at large. You know, you have to take those steps. And it's really, really difficult to do so. But I think turning the Fridays over from an interview to what I'm going to be calling the Fundamental Fridays. Yeah, that's right. The Fundamental Fridays, really breaking it down just one thing at a time and getting us really digging deep into it. And what I think the good thing for the pros is not only being reminded of this stuff and kind of opening up our minds back to those basics to kind of give it a little bit more credit in moving forward while making pictures, but what I'd rather have, and I think would be more effective for the community, would be coming back and commenting on the show notes for those posts, commenting on the blog posts that will be going up for takeandtalkpics.com, and providing information that you know, that you can bring to the table because you are professionals. You are making your business and your living and your life out of these images and the way you create them. You have a lot of value to share, and I'd really love you to bring that into the community through comments, through social media. Follow me on Twitter. That's Take and Talk Pics, at Take and Talk Pics. It's the letter N, not and. Take the letter N, Talk Pics. And, you know, communicate with me. Tell me, you know, maybe I'm not saying it right. Maybe there's a different way of explaining something that's going to help a huge group rather than the way I'm explaining it. And it feels a little bit, you know, closed off and blinders are up there where I kind of have a very narrow view of something. And that's okay. I'm only human. It's going to happen. You know, I just want to be real. And the fact that I'm not a know-it-all genius photographer, I'm just a guy who's making his business out of it. And I really want to get the information out there and teach. I really want to teach photo world out there. So bring what you have to the table. Educate me, educate photo world, and bring it together as a community, learning and growing together, because that's the way you do it. This is the network that we need. This is the community we've been waiting for. So I'm sorry, I'm talking all fast and it's getting a little muffled and mumbled together because I'm really excited about it and I just can't wait for this to get going. And I even started a day early. I mean, heck, you know, August hasn't started, but I'm so excited that this is what the Fridays are going to be. I thought, let's make a dedicated announcement for it on, you know, this first Friday right before the month launches off here. And I think it's just going to be a brilliant change for Take and Talk Pics. Other changes, let me bring it to you. I have been working with a few photographers who I really respect and really enjoy their work, and we're going to start collecting their input and their information and their knowledge into the community here on Take and Talk Pics, and they're going to be an authority figure in specific fields. An authority figure in specific fields. I'm going to have them write their own blog posts. Yes, they will have credit to their names and the places you can find and follow them and the work they're doing, because it really is brilliant and I really respect what they do. I really enjoy the work they produce, and I'm really excited that they're going to be a part of Take and Talk Pics moving forward. For now, I'd like to implement one blog post per week just to give us a little bit different perspective than just me on the microphone here, just to bring to photo world another angle, another understanding of the business and photography and how to light and how to speak to clients and how to shoot, everything we can think of, because really photography could be as simple as our 3 settings and pushing a button. It really can. But I think we all know that the complexities of photography are so vast that there's really an endless wealth of information available to put into this topic. So I want to bring that to you through the team that's being built, the contributors, the writers that are going to be a part of Take and Talk Pics moving forward. Well, photo world, that's really the gist of today's episode. I just wanted to bring it to light what exactly is going on here, that we are going to be changing out Fridays from an interview to the Fundamental Fridays. And again, professionals out there, intermediates out there. I want you to contribute to the community so that way the newer photographers, the up-and-comers here, are going to learn with a group behind them, helping them out and getting them to that next level of becoming a photographer that they'd like to become. Again, reminder that I have the first ever Take and Talk Pics webinar coming up, and it's very soon. I'm so excited. I need you all to go sign up. Head over to takeandtalkpics.com, click the webinar tab. All the information's right there. You can click to register, send your email. You'll get an email back telling you when and where and how it's all going to work. And then I'll send a reminder email to everyone, just putting it out there, hey, we're going to start soon. Let's get this going, and I'm really excited that I get to meet a few of you here face to face. You can see me and hear me live on this broadcast webinar here. We can take your questions and get through those as best we can. Furthermore, I'm going to be recording it so I can actually put it up after the fact as a separate post so people can review it later and contribute their thoughts to it in the comment section on takeandtalkpics.com. But I'm really excited about all of this, and it's just the next steps, the big changes that are happening here at Take and Talk Pics. And again, Photo World, I really appreciate the support. None of this happens without you. And, you know, it's moving, it's growing, and it's going to the next level, wherever that is. I'm really excited. I don't know where it's all taking me, where it's taking all of us, but I think it's appropriate. I think it's necessary. And I think Take and Talk Pics is a gap that's going to be filled with the value and the content that we're creating here together. And with that, I'm going to leave you with the simple sign-off. Happy shooting. Photo World, you know I love books, and I know that you love audio, so let's combine these two passions here. If you'd like to get 2 free downloads of books from Audible, go over to the affiliates page. That's under the resource tab. On takeandtalkpics.com, we have a link there for 2 free audiobooks. Download today from Audible and get motivated.